use upstairs.
Here we are going to discuss how to construct a pie chart. And here is the information. It's example number 2. It says the articles bought are shoes, books, shirt, and umbrella. And the amount spent is $60 for the shoes, $40 for the books, $50 for the shirt, and $30 for the umbrella. So Alan has $180. He uses it to buy the following. Show this data on a pie chart. So the 60 plus 40, that's 100, 150 plus 30, that's $180 total. So the total amount spent is 180. Now the total amount of degrees in a circle is 360. All right, it says there are 360 degrees in a circle. So Alan spent a total of 180, and then you have 360 degrees total. So you can apply ratios now to calculate the angles per item bought. Now, whenever you think of ratios or whenever you hear the term ratios, think of 4 steps. The first step is what you call the labeling ratio. Here we have dollars and degrees. So the labeling ratio is dollars, or you can put the degrees first. Degrees to dollars. Okay, that's a labeling ratio. You must have your first step, which is the labeling ratio, degrees to dollars. Now, the second step now is to obtain a complete ratio. You must have 2 numbers. So the information we have there now is total degrees, which is 360, to total dollars, which is 180. So let's go over that again. Your first step is your labeling ratio. Your second step is a complete ratio with 2 numbers, and you use the information that is provided. Your third step now is an incomplete ratio, okay? Whereby you want to calculate a letter, the value of a letter, okay? You must have a letter and a number. Now here we have $60. So that's 60 now coming under dollars. Now we want to calculate the angle now for $60. So you put an X. Okay? The X will replace the angle you need to calculate. So let's go over that again. First step, labeling ratio. Second step, complete ratio. Third step, incomplete ratio. And the fourth step, which is the final step, you cross multiply and divide to calculate the letter that you are looking for. The letter that you are looking for is X, and you divide now by the number diagonally away from the letter. So you have to divide by 180. The technique is cross multiply and divide. You want to find X. All right, so you must divide. That's why most times we ignore the importance of the division. That's why I'm stressing on it. You have to divide by the number diagonally away from the letter. You have to divide by 180. And above now, you multiply now 60 times 360. That's why they say cross multiply. Cross multiply and divide. So we crossing multiplying the 60 times 360, or you can say 360 times 60. It doesn't matter. And that's how you calculate the angle for shoes. So what we do, we access our online calculator. Is 60 times 360 divided by 180. So you go to your calculator and you type 60 times 360 divided by 180 and 120. So that's how they get that 120 degrees. So for shoes is 120 degrees. All right. For shoes. And you repeat the same now. You repeat the same process for the other items. So now we have to repeat the same now for books. So for books, we're going to apply the same four-step process. Complete ratio, your labeling ratio, sorry, degrees and dollars. Your complete ratio is 360 degrees to $180. Your incomplete ratio, we want degrees, so we put the X on the degrees, and we have $40 for books. So now we cross multiply and divide. We have to divide by the 180. You must divide by the number diagonally away from the letter, and we multiply 360 by 40, or you can say 40 times 360. So it's 40 times 360 divided by 180. The important thing is that we have to divide by the 180. So we use our online calculator. 40 times 360 divided by 180. And that's how we get 80 degrees for books. And that's where you see here, they have 80 degrees for books done in a different way. But it's a four-step process that was applied. You repeat the same now for shirt. And doing this repeatedly, we realize now is good practice now to apply ratios. Okay, we are applying ratios in pie chart. First, labeling ratio, degrees to dollars. The labeling is to know where to allocate the numbers. So on the degrees, we put 360, and on the dollars, we put $180. So therefore, now that's our complete ratio. The third step is an incomplete ratio with a letter, what you want to find, which is degrees, and the amount of money we've got for shirt is 50. And now the fourth step is to cross multiply and divide. We have to divide by that 180 that is there. And we multiply 360 times 50. You can say 360 times 50, or you can say 50 times 360. Multiplication is commutative. The order doesn't matter. 4 5s are 20, 5 4s are 20. 360 by 50 will give you the same as 50 times 360, but the important thing, you've got to divide by 180. So you use your online calculator, and we have 50 times 360 divided by 180, and that's how they got the 100 now for shirt. $100. 100 degrees, because the degrees we are finding. And we repeat the same now for umbrella now. Again, we're going to apply the four steps of ratio, labeling ratio, degrees to dollars, complete ratio, 360 to 180, incomplete ratio, a letter, which comes on the degrees, that's what we are finding, and dollars, $30, and then we cross multiply and divide. We must divide by 180, and we cross multiply 30 times 360. Use our online calculator or your manual calculator, and you multiply 360 times 30 divided by 180. And that's how they get 60 degrees for umbrella. And if you add up all these degrees, you must get 360 in all.